Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Maths Made Easy with Terry in 10 minutes, okay? We're going to talk about the ninth law, which is the negative fractional power, all right? So if you've not subscribed, please do so and turn on the notification bell so that when I post new videos, you'll be the first person to know. All right, we're going to go straight into this one now, all right? Before we talk about this, it's important that you review the previous video, especially law 5 and law 7, because law 9 is a combination of both of them. Is that right? So, yeah, mainly law 5 and law 7 are similar laws, as the case may be, all right? So, to solve these questions, there are 3 things to keep in mind, all right? So the first thing is that you have to remove the negative sign as similar to law 5 and divide the original question by 1, or you flip it. Is that okay? So to remove the negative sign, all right, divide the original question by 1, similar to law 5. Okay? Then when you're done with that, so you can then apply law 7 or similar laws to simplify the denominator. So you apply law 7 or similar laws to simplify the denominator. Then when you're done, you further simplify if needed, all right? And that's what you do. Okay, so let's go straight into the laws. So the first one is if we have a raised power minus 1 over m. So you can see it's a negative fractional power. To remove the sign, it's going to be 1 over a raised power 1 over m. Are you seeing it? And if you remember from law 7, I said 1 over m is the same thing as 1 over what? The mth root of what? A. Are you seeing it? Now, if you have a constant, so you have Ka minus 1 over m. It's going to be the same thing. K 1 over A 1 over m. Are you seeing it? Then you multiply this. It's going to give you K over A 1 over m, which is the same thing as K over the mth root of what? A. And that is that for that. Then the next one is if, for instance, we have A minus n over m. Still the same thing. To remove the negative sign, is going to be 1 over a n over m. Okay? And it's going to be, like I said in the previous video, in law 7. So it's the same thing as saying a raised to power n all mth roots, or you can say 1 over the mth root of a all raised to power what? M. So regardless, it's still the same thing. Now, if you have a constant, K A minus n over m, okay, it's the same thing. It's going to become K over 1 over A n over m, okay? So like I said, this is the same thing I'm now saying. You can either be, the same thing I'm saying, you multiply, it will be K over A n over m. Now, applying law 7 now, so you can either have K, the mth root of a raised to power n, or you can have K over the mth root of A all raised to power what? N. Oh, I made a mistake here. It should be N, not M, all right? It should be N, all right. And those are the laws for that. So basically, to remove the negative sign, okay, you just have 1 over, or you flip it, depending on how you want to say. Then after that, if you have a coefficient, you just multiply it through to do it to get the answer for that. All right, let's pick some examples quickly and see what we can get. So the first example I have here, I have 25 raised to the power minus 1 over 2. Okay? So to remove the negative sign, it's going to be 1 over 25 raised to the power 1 over 2. And that will give us 1 over the square root of what? 25. And that will give us 1 over 5. But remember, I told you for the square root, it's always plus or minus, okay? But I won't talk about that for now. I'll just leave it as 1 over 5, but it's usually plus or minus, all right? So we just leave it as that. When we get to quadratic equation, we're going to discuss about this further. Number 2, we have 3/25 minus 1 over 2. It's going to give us 3/25. 1 over 2 is the same thing as 1 over 25 raised by 1 over 2. You multiply, you give it 3 over 25, 1 over 2. And we know 25, 1 over 2, based on rule 7, is 2 of 25. Are you seeing it? So the square root. And that will give us what? 3 over what? Over 5. Number 3, let's pick another one. Let's say we have 16 minus 3 over 2. All right? The same thing. To remove the negative sign, is going to be 1 over 16, 3 over 2. Then, to solve this now, we can either apply maybe law 7 or we want to do law 5, all right? So if you want to apply law 7 like we did, it's going to be 1 over the square root of 16, right? All raised to the power of what? 3 to give us an answer. Or if I want to apply the law 5, I can say this is the same thing as saying I can break this as 1 over 16. 3 over 2 could be 1 over 16 is the same thing as saying 4 raised to the power 2, 3 over 2. Can you see? Or I can say it's the same thing as saying 1 over 2 raised to the power 4, 3 over 2. Okay? So this will give me 1 over 2 over 4, 2 raised to the power 4 times 3 over 2, which will give me 1 over 2 raised to the power what? 6. Now, this is the same thing as saying 1 over what? 4, 2 times 3 over 2, and that will give me 1 over 4 raised to the power of 3. Okay? Or I can just put this and give me 1 over 4. The square root of 16 is 4, all raised to the power 3. So you can see it's exactly like the same thing. So like I said, regardless of the method you use, you will get the same answer. So far you're using the right laws, all right? No matter how you want to solve it, you will get the same thing. And then if you solve this in your calculator, your answer will be 1. 4 raised to the power 3 is what? 64. Now, if you also check your calculator, 1 raised to the power, 2 raised to the power 6, also what? 64. And you can see in both cases, we're getting the what? The same thing. All right? So like I always tell students, regardless the method, all right, so far you're using the right law, you should get the same answer. And also if you have a coefficient as well, like in this example, number 4, we have 16 minus 3 over 2, like what we just solved, okay? So it's going to be 2 into bracket, 1 over what? 16, 3 over 2, which is going to give us 2 into bracket, 1 over the square root of 16, all raised to power what? 3, which is going to give us 2 into bracket, 1 over square root of 16 is 4 raised to power 3, and this is going to give us 2 over 4 raised to power 3, and that will give us 2 over what? 64, or you can simplify it to be what? 1 over 32. All right, and that will be the answer for that. Okay. All right, so that will be that for the negative fractional powers. All right, so basically to remove the negative sign, you just flip it, you just put 1 over that. Then if it has a coefficient, you just multiply and you get the answers like that. So I'll go to the next video now. We're going to talk about the next video, which is the 10th law, fractional base and bracket with negative fractional powers, okay? We're going to talk about the 10th law, which is the fractional base and bracket with negative fractional powers, okay? So I'm going to see you in the next video. If you have any question or you're not really sure, please send me an email. And if you are not really, you have some concerns as well, you can also put it in the comment section and I'll try as much as possible to get back to you. All right, so I'm going to see you soon in the next video, Law 10. Is that okay? So see you soon.